Angry guy here, and women are shocked. Men find female masculinity disgusting. So women are shocked. Men find female masculinity disgusting. That's one of the reasons why we have this whole soft girl thing going right now, where women are now trying to run this scheme that because they realize that it's not working. Guys are not attracted to this hyper aggressive masculine tone that they've been using. So now they're trying to live soft girl lives. But it goes so much deeper than that. Like I want to talk to you guys, and I'm going to share some. I have some video for you, and we're going to jump into a lot of it. But there's a lot of things I want to share. Like let me show you. I'm going to show you something. So, for example, some of you will know. Like a few weeks ago, I made a video about channel Josie Woe, and basically she's a Nintendo YouTuber, and she's a part of the Spawn Wave crew. They do like a Saturday video. She joined that, and she was on she was on the after show. And she was basically talking about how much she enjoys the Kardashians and she's into the rappers and, that kind of thing. And, some of the guys kind of like called her out on it. And she's a Gen Zer. And I said that I love her content. I love her Nintendo content and, go check out her channel. But because I talked about how her generation is and the values of women of her generation and demographic, she literally came to my channel furious and left this comment like, bro, this is such a boomer take. Let's calm down. None of it was that, I guess, bad. And I don't have the full comment because she left it, and then like 2 hours later it was gone. I never responded to it. I did see it when she posted it. I didn't bother saving it because I didn't think she was going to go and delete it, but I still have this portion of it, right? And I just want you to look at the structure of it. Bro, this is how, and it kind of backs up what I said. This is how the typical American woman speaks to you. Like, bro, what are you doing, bro? All right? Like I told you, like I don't call these girls sis. I don't say sis. I call them bro. Like, no, you're like they're bro. They're bro because they are in their masculine. They are not in their feminine. Okay? It's and and again, Josie, she makes great content. I don't think she's I don't think she's a bad person. And and she's a kid, but it's like I just wanted to use this as an example of what masculinity looks like in a woman. And I don't like it's not. There's a lot of guys who just don't know what it means to be with a feminine woman, what femininity feels like. When you encounter a feminine woman, a lot of men think they've encountered femininity, and they don't know that it's fox femininity. Just because a woman pretends to be soft or even if you meet a woman who's genuinely a nice person in the Western society, and there are those women out there, and she's kind and she's compassionate and she's overall a nice person, right? It's crazy, but even that is not femininity. Like even a woman who does, like, she cooks, she cleans, she's a good woman. Even in the West, like, she'll have all those qualities. She takes care of the home, and you'll say, well, those are feminine features. But the thing is, like, there are even women who do these things, and and they they embrace being a woman. They're still not feminine. And you're like, but dude, what more do you want? Like, of course they're feminine. Look how she dresses. Look at, yeah, they're still not feminine. I'm telling you, I know it's like, it's strange. When you meet an actual feminine woman, you can have a feminine woman who's a total jerk. But when you meet a woman who has femininity, real femininity, it will become, it's like a drug that you want more of. It's insane. You'll lose your mind. You'll go absolutely crazy. Like when I see like comments from guys like who go to the Philippines and they meet this woman and they they go absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. They go ballistic. Go absolutely ballistic. That's what I understand. Okay, yeah, now that's they've encountered femininity, because it's something that we are not raised with. We don't get it from our mothers. Our mothers never had femininity. The women in our lives never had femininity. Even if they were kind and they did not have femininity. It is not something that Western women have had for about the last 50 or 60 years. That's something that left women in previous generations. That's something that's been missing from women and has been sucked out of women for the last at least 100 years. It's been happening for over 100 years now. And even like you look at old movies and you watch these old movies from like 100 years ago, and a lot of these housewives, they were in their masculine, like the way that they spoke, the way that they behaved. Many of you will say like, "Oh, that's femininity." No, it's not. No, it's not. It was like a business arrangement. That is not femininity. All right, the tone of their voice. When you meet an actual feminine woman, it's something completely different. All right, it's it's like it's so hard to explain it, but you're going to crave it. Like your mind will go crazy. You'll go ballistic, because it's like a man it's like you've never eaten. It's like you've never had a meal to eat in your entire life, or you'll suddenly realize how thirsty you are. And when I say thirsty, I don't mean thirsty in a bad way. Like thirsty as in like this woman. It's like there's this field around this person of this thing, and you want everything. You want all of it, and you want to rip it and just like cotton candy, but it's better than cotton candy. It's like you want to smell it, you want to breathe it in, you want to just gobble up as much of it as you can. It's hard to explain it, but men who've experienced it know what I'm talking about. When you actually run into it, and your brain will like, and that's when you'll become greedy. You're like, this is mine, and you will throw all the rules of dating out and all the nonsense. You meet her, you'll tell her, you'll message her the next day and say, listen, think you're cool, whatever. I don't even, you'll tell her straight up, like, look, let's get together. When are you free? Like straight up like that. And you will push to lock her down. And your brain, it's like your brain will rewire. Like all the other garbage, like what do I do? And your brain just, your masculine instincts will kick in. If you actually are a man, if you actually have man inside of you, because they're the guys guys like Destiny that are too far gone. But if you have actual man inside of you, it will kick in, and you will operate, because like your brain is going to tell you, nope, nope, you need to go and get this right now. Move your butt, move your butt. All right, like that's how your brain will operate when you encounter that. And when you travel overseas, like, and you meet a feminine woman, right? There's so many things that change. Like, for example, the way that women speak to you, like they'll speak to you differently, and they'll treat you differently. And like if you come back to the US, you're gonna say like, no, I don't like to, you'll say, you'll notice it. Guys will say like, after they've experienced the way women treat them in other countries and their femininity, you'll come back to the US and you'll say, I don't like being treated any certain kind of way. Because you have women that look like anime girls in these countries. You have women that look like dimes in these countries, and they're treating you like a king. Like they'll wipe your mouth. They'll treat you like you're not hooking up with. They'll treat you like a king. And it's like, and you're like, wait, this is the way a woman treats a man? And you've never experienced anything like that in your life. Then you come back to the West, and it's like you're a third class citizen. You're like a redheaded stepchild. You're like It's like you're Harry Potter at the beginning of the series, living in a closet. It's and you'll come back and you'll say, listen, I don't like being spoken to like this. I don't like being treated like this, and I won't tolerate it. I'm being very serious, because a lot of men are afraid of women in America. They're afraid of women in the West because of after every M2 and all these hashtags and, oh, this guy is bugging me at the gym. A lot of dudes are afraid. And when you go overseas and you experience femininity and you experience the way that a woman treats a man over there, and you don't have to be dating her, just she's just in your presence, and you're just like it'll switch your brain up. Like, no, I don't like being. I don't. I won't. You won't talk. It's like hard to. You can't go backwards. You're like, I won't tolerate. I don't want to be treated. I don't want to be spoken to certain ways. Like the way that this, like Josie spoke to me, like, bro, blah, like, and this is just how normal the hyper masculine woman is in the West right now. But after you experience real femininity, like it can be very easy to snap on a person, like, don't speak to me that way. And I know she doesn't mean anything by it. I mean, and she immediately deleted the comment like right afterwards, which kind of tells you about Gen Z. Like, there's something wrong with Gen Z. I'm like, I'm not upset with her. There's just something wrong with Gen Z. I try not to like put too much stress on them because I know that something's wrong with them. And when I say something's wrong, like, like they know, the kids know, like I've spoken to at least one of them in the comments, and I said, like, no, bro, something's wrong with you guys. And he's like crying and like, yeah, I don't have to argue with you, like, we all know there's something wrong with Gen Z, and it's not like the whole participation trophy thing, like the millennials. We all know what's wrong with the millennials, but there's something like psychologically, fundamentally wrong with Gen Z, like really, really bad, really, really bad. There's something not good inside. I won't say not good inside of them. There's something messed up. All right, the wires are crossed wrong. There's something wrong with them, and people are gonna start seeing it more and more and more. But I want to show you guys this. Like, for example, check out the screen. I had made I wanted to have this young lady. I wanted to have her on my channel to just to talk, because I've made a few videos with some of her content, and she's in Germany right now. She's in Germany. She's a European woman, and it's kind of interesting. She's actually she's married to an American, and she met him when she was 18. He was 21, and they've been together for 22 years now, from what she said. So that would mean that she's right around 40. So she's exactly my age. And I want you to see that, like, I had hit her up I had sent her an email. I never heard back from her, right? And I saw one of her videos, and I just left a message on it. And I also said, definitely, like, I just said, like, oh yeah, and I shot you an email. And I finally heard back from her today. I want you to look at the way she responds to me. Hey, thank you so much. Boo, I haven't seen it. I have to check my spam file. Maybe it landed there for some reason. This is how a woman with femininity responds to a man. She already has a man, all right? But this is how a woman with femininity responds to a man, all right? Not some hyper-aggressive, like, you see what I'm like talking about? Like, when you speak, after you speak to a feminine woman, you'll get really nasty. You get really, really nasty. A woman is supposed to respect a man, and they're not supposed to speak to a man just any kind of way. Okay? And it's very important. It's really, really important. And it's crazy because women are shocked men find female masculinity as disgusting, but femininity is supposed to women are supposed to be feminine, men are supposed to be masculine, and that's when they complement one another. And when they don't, when they try to go in different directions, that's when everything falls apart. I just wanted to share this with you, and I want to know your thoughts on this. If you agree, if what do you think about this? Women are shocked men find female masculinity disgusting, but is there any reason they should be? Let me know what you think in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away, and cheers.